Why?
How much do you weigh today, mommy?
More than I did yesterday, and I was good on my diet all freaking day.
Oh.
I swear to God, it doesn't matter what I do, I always gain weight. You know what? I don't even know why I try anymore.
I wonder what Teddy weighs. Oh, you weigh too much like mommy. You can't ever get it right. The scale hates you. No dinner for you tonight. I wonder what I weigh. Do I need to lose weight? People say I look just like mommy. And if mommy needs to lose weight, does that mean I need to lose weight? If mommy hates the scale, then I hate the scale because the scale makes mommy upset. I want to lose weight just like mommy.
Wow. So a lot of you guys resonated with this video and it seemed to strike a chord. So let's unpack it all. The reality is so much of what you observed around weight loss and dieting and your self-image really was more than likely internalized by you as a child, which makes perfect sense as to why you may be struggling with this weight loss and diet stuff so much right now. Usually when this kind of stuff starts to surface whenever I'm coaching people, it usually comes out in the form of things like, I know what to do, but don't do it. Sometimes it's just self-sabotage over and over and over again. Other times it may be things like the scale messing with your head more than anything, even though you know it's just data. Or it could be something like there's part of you that just doesn't feel like you're good enough or worthy of the goals you're trying to achieve. Now, we're just scratching the surface, so your situation may be a little bit different, but at the end of the day, that's how all this stuff comes out in a lot of cases and how it represents and comes up. So then how do we fix this stuff? Because I can tell you it's not what you think. It's not just working harder or keep eating less, moving more, falling off, getting mad at yourself, guilting yourself, shaming yourself, then getting back to eating less and moving more again. It's not your hormones. It's not a better plan. It's not your metabolism. It's not better workouts. None of that stuff. We have to go inward and do what I like to call diet from the inside out. And I don't gatekeep anything. So I'm going to walk you through step by step how we can fix this. Step number one is you have to realize you are not the problem. Your patterns and beliefs are the problem. Because here's the reality is your brain is only about self-preservation. It doesn't care if you're happy. Your brain would rather you stay in the same shitty place you are right now, just because at least it feels familiar, at least it's the normal, and at least you won't get hurt. Because the thought of going over here and being happy and successful and working through all these things, that proverbial stove might be hot, so let's not touch it. That's how your brain works. Because if you think you are the problem and then we get rid of the problem, that means we get rid of you. And your brain won't let that happen because it would mean you would self-destruct. So you have to understand you are fine. Your patterns and belief systems are the problem. That's it. Step number two, you have to change your beliefs. The reason the beliefs are so important is because we naturally operate in congruence with the beliefs that we have, especially when they are the beliefs you have about yourself or this diet and weight loss game. Because so much of the beliefs and patterns that we have came from what we observed or just internalized as kids, we have to fix those now as adults if we want to have the success we want to have. Because just remember, your subconscious actions are always going to be in congruence with what you believe about yourself and, to be honest, life in general. Because your brain is quite literally working 24/7 on autopilot, trying to prove what you believe right and find evidence to support it all the time. And this is why people like me always say mindset is the most important piece to all this, because you will either rise or fall to where your headspace belief systems and overall mindset are at. So my question for you is, what beliefs are currently living in your brain rent-free that aren't serving you? To give you an example, here are some of the common beliefs that I see with a lot of the clients that I work with. I'm destined to be fat. I'm too old. I'm just too far gone. It's too late for me. It's not in the cards for me to get to where I want to be. Once I start, I cannot stop when it comes to food. I'm a perfectionist or an all or nothing person. So I want you to get curious. What else is it for you? And by all means, feel free to throw whatever it is for you in the comments below. That way we can all kind of be on the same team together to fix these things. Because now once you have the list of beliefs that are living rent free in your head, making your life a living hell, now we can do something with those to start to change them and unpack them. Now, in order to truly change these beliefs, there are 5 things you need to do. Step 1 is identify the current beliefs that don't serve you anymore that you learned from when you were little. Those are like the ones I just mentioned in that example. Step 2, now we have to start questioning those beliefs. Start reflecting and asking yourself questions like, according to whom? Based on what? Whose voice is that? So for example, if you have the belief of, I'm too old, I'm too far gone. Well, according to who? Based on what? Whose voice is that? Because when it comes down to it, you'll find the more you start to question these beliefs, the more they start to fall apart. And that tees up step 3 really nicely, because step 3 is we're going to start to poke holes in these beliefs that don't serve you and find evidence in your life that they aren't true. Because when it comes to beliefs, certainty is the lifeblood of them. But then at the same time, uncertainty is the belief's kryptonite. And that's what we're doing here. So this is when I want you to start to poke holes and question these beliefs, but find evidence specifically to support them not being true. Like if you have the old belief of that you're an all or nothing person or a perfectionist, because what about all the areas in your life that you definitely are not a perfectionist and aren't an all or nothing person? Or if you have the belief that you're too old or too far gone, or people like you just aren't meant to lose weight. But then what about all the other people who are just like you, having outstanding results and absolutely making progress? Or if you have the belief that you're entirely uncontrolled and once you start anything, you can't stop. But what about all the other areas where you definitely can stop once you start? Because you see, a belief cannot live and be fully functional if you have all this evidence that you are looking at dead in the face that goes in opposition of it. Which is why step 3 in this belief changing process is to start to poke holes and find evidence that those beliefs are wrong. Step 4 is now we have to replace these beliefs, because the way your brain works, we can't just pull out a belief and then just leave that space open. Your brain likes to fill those holes. So if you're going to pull out a belief that didn't serve you, we have to replace it with a belief that does serve you. So things like you are never too old to get to where you want to be, or the belief that you do have self-control, or the belief that you are the kind of person that thrives in balance. So right now would be a great time to even pause this video and get clear on, well, what beliefs would serve me? Even if you don't believe them yet, what beliefs would serve you to believe? And then finally, step 5 in this whole little process is now we have to find evidence to support those beliefs. Where in your life are you definitely never too old? What are other examples in your life where you have all sorts of self-control? What about the areas in your life that you absolutely thrive in balance and you are anything but an all or nothing person? Because once you get clear on these, you can't unsee them. Once the mind has been expanded, it can't contract. You can't unsee things. If all of a sudden I give the spoiler to your favorite movie or favorite season on Netflix, you can't just unhear it. So once you see that you aren't an all or nothing person, or once you see evidence that you are not too old or too far gone, you can't just unsee it. So this helps develop new neural pathways in the brain. And all that just makes it easier to lose weight, keep it off, and be happy and thrive. Now I'll just leave this here. If you want to go even deeper with this belief system changing and really get on the other side of these more childhood things that went on in your childhood and weight loss and get on the other side of it, you should really consider doing inner child work. To be honest, inner child work around weight loss has been one of the biggest game changers across all of my one-on-one coaching clients and collective members. And like I said earlier, I don't believe in gatekeeping, so I actually did an entire podcast on inner child work as it applies to weight loss, and I'll leave the link for that in the description of this video. So all in all, I hope this video was helpful in getting you to start to understand on how to rewire your brain and belief systems to make fat loss super simple, super sustainable, super adaptable, and not that big of a deal to execute for in your life. Also, before I sign off, if you want to know how to lose your next 30 to 40 pounds without feeling like you're on a diet and without giving up your favorite foods, you should really go through my free fat loss checklist mini course. It's been a game changer for thousands of people. It alone will open your eyes and show you things that you cannot unsee on making this game so much simpler and so much more sustainable. And I'll leave the link for it down in the description below. And it should go without saying that if you are not subscribed yet to this channel, you should absolutely subscribe and turn the little bell notification on. That way you know every single time I have a brand new video just like this, that's going to be a game changer for you when it goes live. Otherwise, that is it for the video. I appreciate you for being here, and I will talk to you in the next one.